Dogs, PJ Duckton Mom here, and we are back with the Blueprints and Review episode. And in today's episode, we are going to be making a base, and it's going to be a base to complement the farm that we made behind me. So this farm here is the Hub Farm HF100 series. We are going to make a simple level 3 base, but it's going to resemble this one here. Now originally I said I was going to make it the same size, but you know what? This base is huge. If I were to make this, if I were to make a base this size, because the hub farm behind me is 11 by 9. And so if we were to take a walk around, we take a walk around this thing, it's pretty big. I don't think I need to make a base. Oh, come on. Up we go. Why don't we get in out of the rain? Yeah, you see, this is large. This is really, really large. Although, what would be really interesting to see here is if I were to put, like these guys here, for instance. So these are what we're going to be adding. This is what we're going to be adding, I should say. We're going to add a large processor. So, oh my God. We are going to be adding a large constructor, a food processor, doors obviously, one ammo box, one cannon turret, one small generator, maybe 2 cargo boxes, one fridge. We're going to be adding O2 tanks and a fuel tank, and we're going to be adding an O2 station. I am not going to be adding a armory locker, just because it's going to take a little bit more resource, even though that is under a level 3. So if we go and take a quick peek here. So what my aim is today is to make anything that falls under this category, with the exception of, obviously, I just stated, we're not going to add a sentry gun or plant grow because we already have a farm. And we're not going to add, where'd it go? Here it comes right here. The armory locker. We are going to ensure that it has ventilation, just in case you want to put it on a planet that's not breathable. So that is the aim today. What I wanted to do before I started, because as I just stated, I am not going to make it this size. This is huge. This would be a large base. It's going to take a lot of resources. So the key here when you're first starting off is you want a base that's relatively small. I shouldn't say relatively small, but that it serves the purpose and it's not draining you of resources, especially if you're doing an Ironman competition, which I hope you all do one day. And if you do, by the way, this is a plug. The next Ironman competition is coming up in June. It's going to be in June. We've decided to wait until the next alpha drops, so that would be alpha 8. So we will go ahead and do another one in June. If you wish to participate in the next Ironman competition, please contact Captain Adonis. I will leave a link to his Discord below in my in the description below in this for this episode. Okay, so back to what I was doing. So if enough about plugging here. We're not plugging anymore, but it is a fantastic series, guys. The Ironman competition is fabulous. So we're not going to make the base this large. We are going to make it smaller, but large enough that we can place our stuff. Now what I wanted to check is, because this base is 11 by 9, if I were to let's grab the constructor. Here, let me move some of this stuff off of here. I want to see, so this block, I guess this is what I'm looking for. This is 2 by 2 by 2. 2 high, 2 wide. Okay, that's 2 by 2. This is 1 by 2. I'm guessing it's not really stating what it is, but I'm going to guess that's 1 by 2. This is 2 by 1 by 1. Yeah, 1 by 2 by 1. I'm guessing this, oh, I guess this depends. I'm sorry. This is going to depend on which one you choose. So you're not going to know until you actually place that. This is 1 by 2. This has to be 1 by 2. This is 1 by 1 by 1, 1 by 1 by 1, and the same. And this is 1 by 1 by 1. Okay, so most things are a block. I think for this build, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and place some of the stuff in the center, some of the big items, because the center of a room is usually not filled with anything, and therefore it just turns out to be a waste. And it'll be able to allow me to have it more compact. So why don't we get started? So what I've done here, guys, is right opposite here, and it is a miserable day today. I was instructed how to make sure that I have daytime, but it's cloudy. I don't even know if it's still daytime. I'm going to take a look. So May, was it May? Yeah, May was kind enough to show me how to move the slider. I know a few people responded, but see this little hand with the leaf or whatever that's supposed to be there? If you were to click this, this is your time and this is your speed. So I guess I can slow down time. Right now it's at 5. Can I just highlight this sucker and move it? Let's see, that's 3. That doesn't seem to be going at you know what, I'm going to keep that at 5. Let's just keep that at 5. Let's not mess with that. But I want to make sure, if you look to your right, it's going to tell you here, oh, now it's night. There, 18 seconds. 18 seconds, and does it ever get like to the point where it's nighttime again? It's really sunny? Not really, eh? Okay, so we're just gonna let that be at about, oh no, okay, right there. Daytime is going to approach. Okay, enough with fiddling with daytime, nighttime. Let's get started in this build. So what I always like to do, guys, is I'd like to bury my core. So this will have a little bit of a terrace around it, a little bit of walkway around it, because I'm going to be building up a base here. So I'm just going to go ahead. What I should have done actually is I should have dug it a little bit lower, because I would like this layer here to be ground level. Okay, I decided to go a little bit deeper. So let me show you what I've done. I have ensured that this layer here, if you recall, I wanted that to be the ground level. I always like to bury my core, as you know from my previous builds. The only thing is I normally don't go this deep, but you know what, that's not going to matter. I'm just going to do some a little bit of protection here around here, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to place really. Man, you're so jumpy. Take that off. Okay, let's try that again. What we're going to do is place down our fuel tanks, oxygen tank, and our generator. So I'm just going to go ahead and just fill this up. Just do a little bit of a platform. I know this is a little bit of an overkill, but you know what? Core will not be taken out. So let me finish this up, and then we'll be back once I have the foundation laid down for this base. So we'll be right back, guys. All right, so we have the foundation. It is, like I said, 9 across, 7 deep. I'm putting 2 entrances, 1 in the front, 1 in the back. I just have this little piece here because that is just indicating where the door is. I may remove it. I may put a balcony around it. I don't know yet. We'll see. But for now, this is going to be it. So everything is buried. So we have the cores buried, as you saw, 2 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks, and a generator, a small generator. Remember, we're making this so that it is um, so that it is a level 3 base. Okay, so let's go ahead now and get the plane started. So I don't know if I could do it while oh, I can. Okay, so we are going to do symmetry plane. We are going to do X. By the way, I pushed N there to bring up the debug screen, this one here. Now, in order for me to say where I want the plane to start, I need to actually click on the area itself. So let me just get out of that for a second. Let's move back. So that is right in the center. So whatever I do on one side, it's going to happen on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and let's see how this build progresses. Before I do begin, though, I'm going to press H in Creative to get my windows. I just realized I did not get windows. We're not doing armored windows. We are just doing regular block windows. So away we go, guys. I might get out of the HUD mode and do the jetpack. It might be a lot easier using the jetpack. But anyways, because I'm finding it a little bit hard to maneuver with this. Whereas, let's take a look here. If I hit the jetpack, is this going to be easier? Yeah, you know what? I think this is going to be easier. But for now, I didn't want you to hear the hum of the motor thing here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and remove this light because this light is right in my build. So I need to get this button here. Okay, no, actually, let's just pick it up. Okay, I just didn't think it was going to let me pick it up for some reason. All right, here we go. We've got the plane going. We have the 2 doors. Let's put the doors in right now. I'm going to go ahead and pick the airtight one, which is the very first one. If you guys want to see something a little bit different, then that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and place this one, and I'm going to get the music started. And I believe that's the first one. Yes, it is. So let's get the music started as we do this build. Here we go, guys. Okay, guys, so we are now ready to do the decorating, and we're going to keep with the same theme as our farm over here. This porch here, I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Right now it's more of a pain. Come on, you got to get that jetpack on if you want to jump on there. Okay, so inside this looks identical. I've just changed up the windows a bit. It still has the same heart-shaped on the top there where the turret gun can be placed. But this should be large enough to place all the level 3 items. Okay. So, I think it's time now. Let's close this door. And let's get started. Now, let's see. We started right. Okay, so I'm going to try and match that same shape, but we had some problems the last time we did this. It wasn't quite up or down. Now let me see. It's at door level, so we have to start at door level, and this is the item here. Now, I've got it on whole block, but let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's sideways. We're going to have to take that off and then hit it again. Oh, wait, you still kept it on. Okay. Now, see, the thing with this is on the inside, let's check. Let's just give a a quick peek here. Man, see that's sideways. So we're gonna have to see if I turn this, it doesn't line up. Okay, you know what? Let's just carry on. It's not gonna line up. See? I just can't get it to be the same shape. Now those two corners meet. Why doesn't this corner meet here? All right, ventilation. I'm gonna place the ventilation over here instead. I know the other one we had it above the door, but the turret gun's gonna go above it, so it'll be a little, it'll be less visible. Let's put it that way. So we're gonna put it up here, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna color it the same color as everything else, which is the light gray. Wonderful. That's all done. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the rest of the items, and we're going to come back. We're going to come back when we are absolutely all done. So give me a minute, and just going to get rid of this stuff, and we'll be back when I've placed everything in the room. Okay, so now exterior lights. Let's pick, let's just go with this one here. I'm not sure we're going to place them or how many I should place. I guess we'll just put them in the corner and in the middle all the way around. I'll come back once I'm done placing all the lights. Okay, guys, so there it is. There is the base, all done. Let's see here. So we're going to call this the hub base, just to keep in the same naming convention as the farm. I'm going to go ahead and remove this porch here. And yeah, we need to color this. So we need to add the texture. So let's go ahead and add the texture for this. Okay, so that's pretty much it as far as that goes. It's going to be level 3 base, easy peasy, but oh my gosh, I just noticed one thing. This only has 2 blocks high. We need 3 blocks high for an advanced constructor. So, and let me just make sure I didn't forget anything else. So I added everything else. So yeah, so I'm going to have to modify that, guys. Everything else is okay. I'm going to modify that, and then we're going to take a look at how much resource it took for us to make this. So we will be back with the rest. But before we go, let's take a look at this beautiful sunrise. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, guys, we are done. Finally, I raised it up. Um, Everything else is the same. The only thing that's different, guys, is the lights on the inside. So what I ended up doing was, because I raised it an additional block, I put these lights up at the very top of the block. So it's not the centered, it's the off-centered ones. And it seems to work fine. I checked it at nighttime, and it gives you just enough lighting. So there you have it. I corrected my mistake. So now you can go ahead and place a advanced constructor in here with ease. And yeah, you'll be fine. So before we leave, let me go ahead and let's check the stats on this thing. So what do we have? We have, okay, so it took 384 stone dust, 74 iron ingots, 180 silicone ingots, and 76 copper ingots. Um, there's one cannon turret on there, one ventilation, 2 oxygen tanks and 1 oxygen station, 2 fuel tanks, and 1 generator. You do unlock it at a level 3, and then it goes on to talk about the lights and everything. There's 16 lights in total, 44 devices, etc. All the good stuff. The important thing here, though, is it does take 15 minutes and 13 seconds to spawn in. And there's 1 cargo box, 1 ammo box, 1 fridge, 1 food processor, and 1 constructor. So there you have it, guys. There is the beautiful, beautiful hub base. Easy to bring in. Great for level 3. And we'll start doing some fancier builds, etc. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Um, Next week, I am going to probably do a couple of reviews. So we're going to do some reviews. And if you guys have any suggestion as to anything else, should I do an SV? Should I do Capital Vest? Is going to take me a while to do, just to let you know. But maybe we'll do an SV next, and maybe not necessarily a specific level, but we'll just build one, and we'll see what level it is in the end. I know I'm doing a lot of stuff for, let's say, easy builds in case you need something quick and dirty to bring it in. But I think the next item that I make will not be necessarily a level 3. It'll just be whatever it happens to be. Just depends on what the build turns out to be. So I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification button. So thanks everybody, and have a good night. Oh, just before I let you guys go, this will be made available on Thursday. So the base will be there with the upload. Thanks, and have a good evening. Bye for now, guys.